77 WABC and Bergen Newbridge Medical Center honor the life of legendary broadcaster and our friend, Ernie Anastas.
Hi, it's Ernie Anastas. You know, your thoughts can affect how you feel. Bergen Newbridge Medical Center is the largest hospital in New Jersey, providing comprehensive, equitable, compassionate, and high-quality emergency inpatient and outpatient medical care, plus mental health services and substance use disorder treatment. The Bergen Newbridge team can address your total health needs in one convenient location. Call 201-225-7130 for an appointment or newbridgehealth.org.
Katz and Cosby on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And right now, let's get one more opinion note, and we're going to bring in KT McFarland, who has her ear on the close to the ground.
Yeah, very bright.
Rita, why don't you bring in KT?
Absolutely. So let's go to former Deputy National Security Advisor, our friend KT McFarland. And KT, you may hear we have a great guest in studio, former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich here.
Not former. He's always a speaker.
Once a speaker, always the speaker. By the way, I didn't say speaker. I said the speaker. That's how much credit I gave my friend here, Newt. So KT.
I would call him not just a speaker, but the thinker.
Oh, wow.
With all the brains, yeah.
Newt, could I be your agent? This is really good.
It's working out pretty well so far.
KT, what do you think is going to happen with, especially with the big visit with China and also Trump's words today? You could tell he is not happy with Iran.
Yeah, and what's going to happen is that the Chinese want this war to end more than we do because they're really hurting. Their economy is really hurting. So it's not just the oil that's coming from Iran that isn't getting to China. It's that China's no longer getting Venezuela oil. And as long as there's a blockade, China's not getting Iran oil, Iraq oil, Saudi oil, UAE oil, anybody's oil. And that's about 30%, some say even 45% of all of the imported oil that China gets. And that's probably for China's total energy needs. That's 10 to 15% of their total energy needs. So they're not getting that. And that has a real effect on their industry, on their manufacturing, on their petrochemicals, on their AI. So China wants this war over, and they don't care that much about Iran's nuclear weapons. They'd be delighted to embarrass America. But they don't really care about Iran's nuclear weapons, but they care a lot about getting the oil flowing to China.
Yeah, you're right. They definitely care about the oil going to China. So where's the leverage? Now, one thing that Bill O'Reilly said earlier, I don't know if you heard this, Newt, too. Bill O'Reilly was talking about the fact that he thinks maybe there's something that they're going to say, hey, we want this with Taiwan. We'll give you help with Iran. He says, obviously, that's not a deal he should take, nor will he take it. But do you think, Newt, Mr. Speaker, that that's where it's headed?
Well, they could try that, but it's not going to happen. As Trump said today, you know, the Japanese are more pro-Taiwan than they used to be. The South Koreans are more pro-Taiwan. The Australians are more pro-Taiwan. I mean, I think something like 70 or 80% of the world's computer chips come out of Taiwan. We're not going to turn Taiwan over to the Chinese communists. It's not going to happen.
Not under, they know that it's not, and it's never going to happen
Trump. Not under Trump. That's right.
And the Chinese know that.
You know, and the thinker, is absolutely right. It's the whole thing about China wanting Taiwan. Yeah, okay, it's all about Chinese nationalism, but what's really about is that if Taiwan is whoever controls Taiwan controls the whole maritime trade route, the South China Sea, that whole, not just the Taiwan Strait, but that whole Western Pacific trade route. And in addition, they would control, it's more than 50, 60%. It's something like 80, 90% of the world's ships come from China. So that's why, from Taiwan. So that's why China's eyeing Taiwan. And Donald Trump's awfully smart. He's going to see through that one really fast.
Yeah, no doubt. And KT, final thoughts. I know you got about a minute or so left. What do you think he's going to do vis-a-vis military action or wait to see what happens? I mean, I think some of these energy locations are clearly on his sights.
I think what he'll do is wait till the China trip is over, see if the Chinese can use their leverage with Iran. I don't think it'll work. The IRGC, the hardliners, I guess they just want to be martyrs. So I think what President Trump will do is when he's back from China, he'll resume military action. You know, there's 75% of all the military and military industrial targets have been taken out, but that still leaves 20, 30% left to go. I also think you'll start seeing the third and fourth tier of the Iranian leadership be removed, probably the IRGC. And at some point, there's going to be leadership in Iran that just says, okay, 93 million Iranians are not just going to die to keep 50,000 IRGC members in office, because the next move, so let's say we have military action, then Iran's next move is that they'll strike at some of the oil infrastructure in the Gulf Arab countries. And then what's our next move after that? Well, we could take out Karg Island, and that's where really not only the current but the future of all of Iran's resources are. Without Karg Island, without the oil revenues, Iran can't rebuild after the war. So that's why I'm assuming that there's got to be somebody in Iran who can call the shots and who can make a deal, even if the more, radical, far, whatever you want to call them, recalcitrant members of the IRGC want to, be martyrs rather than settle with the United States.
Newt, any last comment to KT before we go to a break?
Listen, I've always admired KT. I agree with her entirely. I'm not quite the thinker she said I am, but I really agree with her. I think she has a very astute analysis, and she's given me some things to think about in this interview.
Oh, wow. That's from the thinker.
Oh, thank you. KT, thank you so much. And let's go to a break. When we come back, we're coming back with General Holt. And he's got some more intelligence for us. And let's see what other opinions we have. Let's take the break, and we're going to come back with General Holt. And Speaker Gingrich will still be here with us.
Thanks for listening to Katz and Cosby with John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby. You can hear Katz and Cosby weekdays at 5. It's the 5 o'clock show on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode, so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Roger Stone here. Your dollars are losing ground, but gold isn't. American Sovereign Bullion helps you protect your wealth through real, tangible assets. Through their nationwide wholesaler network, you get some of the best pricing on gold and silver delivered straight to your door. Since 1912, the U.S. dollar has lost 97% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold continues to prove its strength. So call 844-272-2428. That's 844-272-2428. Or visit DyingDollar.com to request your free gold and silver guide. That's DyingDollar.com.